Maanisha kusema huyu Karembo ni mfanyikazi muhimu sana ndani ya nyumba.
Ukiendelea kunipigia kelele humu ndani usinilaumu.
Huyu Karembo anaka urembo fulani kakurembe.
Kwa tunayefanya hapa kisiwani mimi najua.
Well, we're continuing to keep an eye on various major roads that are leading up to country and want to see if people are going to their homes. And of course, you do know the traffic snarl-up that has been witnessed on major roads across the country has been the order of the day. And of course, with the National Police Service assuring Kenyans that the roads will be cleared in ample time. Tell us where you're watching us from. Talk to us on our social media platforms at KBC Channel 1 and at Abdiaziz Hashim 2. We start our broadcast at the coastal region where Mombasa County Police Commander Peter Kimani has welcomed those visiting to spend Christmas and New Year celebration in the coast region and assured them of enhanced security. Kimani said his officers are working with other security agencies to guarantee heightened surveillance during a beach cleanup exercise organized by Coast Media Group at Nyali Beach. Kimani assured of intensified patrols and undercover surveillance.
We don't want people to come and start stealing things from those who are coming for the holiday. Through the multi-agency system, we have put measures in place. They have nothing to fear.
Now, over 60 vulnerable girls in Gucha South, Kisii County will go to school in January, courtesy of a community-based organization that has stepped in to address challenges that were hindering their education. Now, Grace Community Center has provided the girls with essential supplies, including reusable sanitary towels and other personal effects. The initiative also includes comprehensive education on menstrual hygiene and the dangers of female genital mutilation.
As a community, we are making these sanitary towels, and it is for only the vulnerable girls, which helps them to stay in school. We are now trying to use that loose gap so that we can support these girls to achieve their goals.
We usually call our learners over the holiday so that we emphasize on the essence of them saying no to FGM and also knowing their rights and where to report.
A section of clerics have urged President William Ruto's recent cabinet nominees to serve all Kenyans, not just their communities. Led by Bishop David Thangana, the Secretary General of the Federation of Evangelical and Indigenous Christian Churches of Kenya, the clerics expressed concerns over the frequent cabinet reshuffles and urged the nominees to prioritize national service and unity.
Tumeona rais ameteua baraza la 3 la mawaziri na tunaona sasa ni wakati mzuri sana wa watu hawa ambao wameteuliwa viongozi waanze kufanyia Wakenya kazi. Na wale ambao wameteuliwa tungependa kuwakumbusha tu, najua wanajua, lakini vizuri tuwakumbushe kwamba kuna Wakenya wengi ambao wamehitimu, hata wengi zaidi ya wao. Kwa hivyo waingie katika hiyo ofisi wakijua wameteuliwa wafanyie Wakenya kazi.
The National Government Development Implementation Committee in Nyanza region has reported significant progress in various development projects across Homa Bay County. Now, Director of the Government Delivery Unit in Nyanza region, Sylvanus Oselem, says over 80% of the projects are complete. They include the construction of lecture halls and an administration block at Homa Bay University, a 110-unit affordable housing project in Homa Bay town, the rehabilitation of the Homa Bay rehabilitation Homa Bay PM, and the construction of the Kongina modern fishing market.
All these projects we are visiting, may it be the affordable housing project, the Homa Bay Pier, the Homa Bay Fish Market, Tom Mboya University, then we are heading to Rusinga Ring Roads, and then to Mbita, Sindo, Kiabuya, are national government projects funded directly by the national government from the exchequer. That notwithstanding, the theater of implementation is the county government. So there is also correlation and support by the county government.
The Tom Mboya University, we are almost at 97%. That is due for commissioning. The affordable housing project, a project of about 227 million shillings. We are at almost 88%. Here we are, a project of about 346 million shillings. At around 88%. So generally, it is to confirm that all the projects are on course.
A section of rights and development activists in Malindi, Kilifi County have embarked on an ambitious campaign to sensitize the public on the rights of people with speech and hearing disabilities. The activists say the aim is to identify the people living with such disabilities to help them receive support from the government and stakeholders. The chairman of the Disabled, Thomas Mokombe, stressed the need for the government to implement such initiatives so that all children with hearing can join schools.
Sana stakeholders tushirikiane au washirikiane na county government, yale mashirika yote ambayo yanafanyia Kilifi County wafanye disability awareness kila wodi, ili hawa watoto ambao wako deaf waweze kutambuliwa na waweze kuleta shuleni. Hii shule bado inahitaji sana watoto na walimu waweze kuongezwa. Wakiongezwa walimu itakuwa hii kazi ni rahisi.
We still need a lot of civic education on the same, kwa sababu mwanzo wazazi tayari hawajakubali hii situation kwamba mtoto wake iko disabled. So kuna wale wakipata hiyo situation wanaficha watoto.
Gatimu Special School in Nyandarua County has benefited from food and clothes courtesy of nominated Senator George Mbogwa and his friends from abroad. Now, the senator also promised to mobilize more support for the school, which is the only learning institution for children with disability in the county. The county is in dire need of a dormitory to accommodate learners who come from far away and from humble backgrounds and hence cannot afford the cost of commuting daily.
Gatimu Special School, really asking for a pre-vocational class. Also, we don't have. Even the foundation level, I have only one class, but in the class, I have around 5. Thank you for TSC, who gave me 7 teachers, still waiting for the deputy, and other 4 teachers to cater for the autism.
Next year, because the student enrollment is going up, we'll make sure that we get the necessary capitation so that the management can have adequate funds to be able to support the school. And as the enrollment goes up, definitely the amount of money which will be coming in will increase.
We pledge that we're going to make it a school like any other school. We'll try and make sure that these kids in this special school achieve all that they feel or they aim at.
Elsewhere, a group of youth in Gatimu Ward, Nyandarua County are spreading the Christmas cheer after they spent time with the elderly and disabled persons. The youth who also donated foodstuff urged Kenyans to embrace the season of giving and share what they have with the less fortunate and vulnerable groups.
The Mtetezi Youth Group felt inclined to spend time with the elderly and disabled persons in the spirit of Christmas.
Tumekuwa na wakati mzuri sana, although umekuwa wakati wa furaha na huzuni, maana tumetembelea nyumba zaidi ya 30 tukiwapea sikukuu pamoja na watu wale. Tumepea watu wenye wako na watu wenye wajajiweza, watu wenye wameachiliwa na familia zao, watu wenye wamezeeka, wengine wameugua, wako katika vitanda. Tukisherehekea hii mwaka, hata wao wapate kitu ya kusherehekea.
The group urged youth in employment to step up and support the less fortunate in society. Kiwanja Location Chief Grace Waithera lauded the youth for the gesture and encouraged those who left the location for work to also share the fruits of labor with the needy in the location.
We have about 300 homes which are very needy. Na wengine hata hakukuwa na sikukuu siku ya leo, lakini wewe umejitolea pamoja na your team, umewapea sikukuu, hata wengine wamefurahia mpaka wakalia machozi.
This is a show that the youths really can, and we are much thankful to the society that brought us up.
Meanwhile, at Hope Child Center, Isiolo County, orphaned and vulnerable children received presents from well-wishers led by Mwenda Turanira. Mwenda noted that children needed to feel loved and appreciated by the community. Pauline Kinyua, founder of Hope Child Center, supporting his systems, said the kind gestures were appreciated by the children.
Tunafanya hivi si ati sababu tuko na nyingi sana, ni sababu tunawajali, tunajua wako na shinda na wanahitaji usaidizi. Kwanza wanabiashara, viongozi ama wale wamebarikiwa wakuje pia wasaidia watoto ndio waweze kujimudu kimaisha.
Tunaona hata sisi tumekubalika, tumependwa na tutaweza kujitahidi hata sisi siku zizazo baadhi yao wale wako hapa waweze kuwa pia ni wakutegemewa, ni wakuweza kurudisha ile wamepata kupitia hapa, ndio watoto wengine wale watakuwa nyuma yao na waweze kufurahisha.
And as a way of giving back to society, the Gravity Amusement Park has decided to open its doors for Kenyans this Christmas season. Kenyans who choose to carry their own food will be allowed into the venue for free, and those who opt to eat from the premises are free to buy the food.
Families can come together, maybe bring some food and come and enjoy, or they can pass through a restaurant. Instead of sitting in a restaurant in an enclosed environment, they can come and enjoy Christmas in a different way from the norm.
Ni place poa sana ya kupeleka watoi. Kuna a lot of activities, kuna amusement park, kuna bouncing castles, swimming pools, swings, a lot of activities watoto hawezi boeka. Alafu on the other side, uko tu Gravity Park wako na side ya picnic.
And Kiambu administration police officers donated foodstuff to Macheo Children's Home in Thika. The individual effort among the officers was a way of giving back to the community.
Na tumekuja kwa sababu ni msimu wa Christmas, na kama vile watoto wale wengine ambao wako huko nje watasherekea, tukaona hata na sisi pate ni paso ya kumake sure hawa watoto nao pia wamefurahia. Na kwa njia moja ama ile ingine pia ni njia ya kuonyesha ya kwamba askari sio adui. Askari ni mtu ambaye anapenda watoto, askari ni msasi, na tungependa kuwa ya kwamba hata hawa watoto wakikua pia waone umuhimu ya askari.
Now, the Human Development Agenda HUDA, in partnership with the national government and Kwale County government, has launched a one-year peace initiative called Your Voice, Your Peace, funded by USAID in collaboration with Mercy Corps, the Kenya School of Government, the Center for Human Rights and Policy Studies, and other organizations. HUDA official Kashi Jemaiman said the program aims to address challenges such as unemployment, drugs, and mental health affecting youth. In agreement, activist Mwantumu Kadau said the program is important at a time when many young people are getting involved in crime.
Tutaangazia sana katika kujenga uwezo vijana, kina mama na viongozi wa kidini ili kuwapatia uwezo na zile tools zinazohitajika katika kupambana na ili janga la ugaidi katika nchi yetu ya Kenya.
Sisi wa mama tukikaza kamba vizuri na malezi yetu tukirekebisha palipokuwa pamekoseka, basi kila kitu kinaweza kuwa salama.
And of course, on the political front, Kagundo Member of Parliament, that is Fabian Chule, is calling on Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka to unlock the stalemate stalling the nomination of IBC commissioners. The legislators say Wiper Party should agree on one name to be forwarded to IBC in early 2025 for the speedy constitution of the commission. Additionally, Chule wants Wiper leader and other leaders from Ukambani region to unite and seek government slots for the region's development.
Nasema muda umekuwa mingi kusema IBC itakuwa 2025 must be the year ile mwaka tutapata IBC. Na sisi tunauliza watu wa Azimio, uliona Kenya Kwanza walitoa candidate wanaitwa Bore. Religious leaders, Muslim wametoa, Christian wametoa, professional bodies, Institute of Accountancy, those side of Kenya, watu wametoa candidate. Lakini ile shida iko hapa kwa IBC. Tunajua Azimio walikuja na kandidate mmoja anaitwa Dr. Augustine Muli. Ule alikuwa ametoka kwao ni huko Kitui, huko kwetu. Naye chama Wiper ikautena ikatua kwa Kimuli. Sasa hapa shida iliyo hapa ni sisi kama Wakamba. Majina mbili za Wakamba, Muli ndio zinasumbua. Na sisi tunaomba kinara wa Wiper. Those people wanatoka kwa pocket yako. Unajua mahali Dr. Augustine Muli ametoka, unajua mahali kwa Kimuli ametoka. Kama for sure what you are telling us, unataka kuwa rais ya Kenya, meditate these people, sit them with them, they do mediation, you give us one candidate, and I'm sure by February or March Kenya itakuwa na IBC.
A school in Malindi is transforming the lives of tens of underprivileged children in Kilifi County by funding the education of 55 at Imani Children's Home through an innovative model where fees paid by enrolled students are channeled towards the education funding program. Malindi Learning Hub School is bridging the gap in a society where many children lack access to education.
Founded in 2015 to support orphans from Imani Children's Home, the school faced challenges during the COVID-19 pandemic, which disrupted donor contributions. To sustain its mission, the school incorporated students who could afford paying fees in 2021.
How are you?
Yeah, fine. Today, approximately 1/3 of the students are orphans, supported through donations and school fees, while the remaining 2/3 are children of families contributing full tuition.
With a mindset of it being a charity organization, and it was entirely, it only had children from Imani Children's Home. But along the way, the school could not run independently, the school could not be sustainable, and so self-sponsored students were admitted.
The school's head teacher Faraj Waremba Nanzala terms the culture of equality one of its greatest strengths, with students whether funded by a scholarship or parents being treated equally.
They feel accommodated within the society. When it comes to the co-curricular activities, they equally participate. They are even given equal opportunities. And so the collaborative activities that they do around their groups, because the learning is organized in group activities. I want us to have our lesson.
The school integrates modern technology into its curriculum using the Century Tech e-learning platform powered by artificial intelligence. This personalized learning tool tailors lessons to individual students' needs, boosting engagement and academic achievement.
We have a program called Century Tech that it's a system that brings so many things into our education system that probably under normal circumstances could not be achieved. But because of that program, it has brought more information.
Residents and workers at Imani Children's Home have commended the school for creating a dignified and supportive environment for orphan children.
The Learning Hub has come up as a very supportive institution to us, considering we benefit a lot in terms of the quality education they're giving us, the kind of environment they provide, also in terms of even counseling, which aligns with part of what we really do here.
Now to one of our top stories this afternoon, Principal Secretary of Internal Security and National Administration, Dr. Raymond Omolo, has condemned utterances made by former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua during a church service he attended yesterday, accusing the government of deliberately targeting citizens of Mount Kenya region with illicit and counterfeit alcohol distribution. In a statement, Omolo termed the remarks as reckless, noting that such national matters can be trivialized, especially after 3 people died after consuming illicit alcohol in Bahati, Nakuru County. Barely 24 hours after the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua pointed an accusing finger at the government over the rise of illicit and counterfeit alcohol distribution.
Na makampuni zisipofunguliwa, zikaambiwa sisipeleke hiyo pombe pahali ingine, silete hapa kwa Mlima Kenya. Hawa watoto wetu kufungulia hao pombe iwaue ni makosa. Hiyo pombe ilifunguliwa hizo companies mpaka wa leo. Haiuzwi Rift Valley, haiuzwi anywhere else. Pombe ile yote sumu inaletwa katika mlima.
The Ministry of Interior has rebuked the remarks by Gachagua. In a statement, Interior Principal Secretary Dr. Raymond Omolo condemned Rigathi's remarks, describing them as politically motivated, reckless and insensitive. Criticizing the claims, Omolo called the allegations baseless and lacking empathy for families affected by substance abuse. Omolo emphasized that substance misuse is a national issue, affecting families across the country, not just in the Mount Kenya region. He cited a recent tragedy in Nakuru County where 3 lives were lost due to the consumption of illicit alcohol, underscoring the gravity of the issue. Now to another developing story here, where the Ministry of Health has issued an advisory on safety measures for the festive season 2024. In a statement, Principal Secretary of State Department of Public Health and Professional Standards, Mary Muthoni, has asked Kenyans to remain vigilant against potential risks to ensure they safeguard their health and well-being. The advisory singles out areas of precaution, namely maintaining food safety and hygiene, road safety, personal safety and security during public gatherings, preventing the spread of diseases, water safety and mental health and wellness. It is exactly 22 minutes past the hour. We need to take our first commercial break. Don't go too far. We still have more for you in regards to what is happening in the world of business and sports.
Enjoy na GoTV. Beste yako wafuta. Tuna connect na ligi zote. Jishikie GoTV leo ujinice na the best futa live on Supersport. GoTV. Love it.
Napenda kutumia nafasi hii baada ya kuzungumza nawe kuwatakia Wakenya wote heri na fanaka za Krismasi, na pia tunawatakia mwaka mwema wa 2025, mwaka ambao utakuwa na umaarufu mwingi kwao na kwa jamii zao. Asante sana.
Technology has become a crucial part of our society. Without technological advancements, so much of our everyday lives would be drastically different. As technology develops, it strives to fulfill the changing needs of society. This means that technology exists to help us achieve the things that we wouldn't be able to achieve without it. Take on Tech looks at the advantages and downside of technological innovation in a world that is becoming increasingly dependent on new digital technologies. Every Monday at 10:30 p.m.
The young generation awakens on Y254, the leading youth TV station in Kenya. We treat you to current affairs, entrepreneurship, health, and human interest conversations.
It's art, it's culture.
Movies, gossip and trends, sports,
Drama. We bring you a vibe like no other, straight to your living room.
to keep you informed, inspired, entertained, and most of all, refreshed.
We are such a vibe.
Y254. Imagine.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now let's take a look at what is happening in the world of business. Engineers are urging the government to fast-track payment of their pending bills for construction of houses under the Affordable Housing Project. The Institution of Engineers of Kenya President Homa Kiteme says the government owes its members 150 million shillings for work done in the last 6 months alone.
The Affordable Housing Program seeks to build 250,000 housing units every year and is geared towards facilitating the production of decent, safe and affordable housing units.
Affordable housing, ninajenga nyumba hapa. Soiro hapo ninajenga nyumba 985. From studio, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom.
However, 33 engineering firms contracted early this year to construct the houses are worried that the program could be slowed down due to the pending bills.
If paid, they are going to retain young engineers who are in employment. And because of this non-payment, some of our colleagues have started pulling out from the Affordable Housing Program.
According to Engineer Homa Kiteme, engineering firms are facing financial difficulties due to non-payment of work done, amounting to 150 million shillings.
We have been given commitments that they are being looked into, they are being rationalized so that we know what is genuine. In fact, task forces have been established. However, this remains on paper. We have not seen the issue of pending bills addressed. And the economy is under distress.
The institution also wants government to enforce the local component in all public infrastructure tenders.
We have engineers' scale of fees, based on which engineers should be compensated. The Affordable Housing Program is not compensating our members based on the engineers' scale of fees. And we have lobbied and requested the state to respect the existing law, engineers' scale of fees, which stipulates the compensation that should go to engineers. And the problem is that if the government itself is not obeying the law, is not respecting the laws that are established, then we will have chaos.
Regina Manyara reporting for Lunchtime News.
A 2.8 billion shillings medical oxygen plant is set up at Tatu City, Kiambu County to boost production of medical oxygen by at least 20 tons per day. This is amid a growing demand for medical oxygen from 410 tons per month to 880 tons per month in 2019. Details of this and other stories making headlines across the continent. Here you have it.
The increased production capacity will improve oxygen affordability, particularly for maternal and child healthcare, and enhance primary healthcare support. The initiative, being undertaken by Hewatele, will boost the production of medical oxygen by at least 20 tons per day. The US, Canadian, and Finnish governments, as well as the Soros Economic Development Fund, are bankrolling the initiative. Elsewhere, Nigerians are grappling with a record high transport inflation rate of 30.54% in November 2024, according to the Consumer Price Index report by the National Bureau of Statistics. Transport inflation has been a persistent challenge throughout 2024, consistently outpacing the levels recorded in 2023. In January 2024, the rate stood at 25.92%, a significant increase from 21.02% in January 2023. And finally, Namibia's local crop production plummeted by 26.6% to 14,633 tons during the third quarter, compared to the same period in 2023. Local production of crops declined year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter due to unfavorable weather conditions that negatively impacted domestic crop production during the quarter under review, data from the Bank of Namibia shows. Ndotamokami for Lunchtime News.
And now further afield, thousands of travelers hoping to reach home for Christmas have had to organize last-minute alternatives as flights, ferries and trains have been cancelled across the United Kingdom and drivers face an ice warning. This and more stories is in our International Business Roundup.
Strong winds are continuing to cause some travel disruption in parts of the United Kingdom, resulting in 100 flights being cancelled at London's Heathrow Airport as of Sunday, and passengers are being advised to check with their airline before travelling. The weather has also led to the wide-scale cancellation of ferry services across the Irish Sea and along the Scottish coast, road closures to high-sided vehicles and rail disruption. A yellow warning of ice in northeast Scotland is in force until Monday morning. Meanwhile, the 5-day strike against Starbucks reached 9 states on Monday, according to its union. Workers United represents more than 10,000 workers at over 525 stores. So far, 30 stores nationwide have been closed completely. The union has said that the strike could reach hundreds of stores by Tuesday. Finally, Japanese automakers Honda and Nissan have announced plans to join forces, forming world's third largest automaker by sales, as industry undergoes dramatic changes in its transition away from fossil fuels. The two companies signed a memorandum of understanding on Monday, noting that smaller Nissan Alliance member Mitsubishi Motors have also agreed to join the talks on integrating their businesses. Wairi Mujenga for Lunchtime News.
And now finally, welcome to the world of sports. Over 300 young footballers took part in the Tiki Taka Under-18 Football Clinic in Dagoretti, conducted by Beyond Hoops Africa in partnership with former Tusker FC, Mathare United and Sofapaka player Ray Odhiambo. The aim of the clinic was to inspire young Kenyan footballers to dream of playing football beyond Kenya.
Just about 300 young boys and girls took part in the Tiki Taka Under-18 Football Clinic held by Beyond Hoops Africa and Ray Odhiambo. Odhiambo has come back to Kenya after staying in Canada for 10 years, where he played college football before transiting into coaching.
Dago nimecheza ball under 14, tulikuwa tunacheza mgutupu na kina Deno, Valdo, watu ni wengi wenye wametoka hapa. Mimi ni mmoja wao na nafurahi sana kuwa part of this. Hakuna kitu yenye nimefurahisha sana kama venye nilikuja hapa tarehe 12 na leo na kuona vijana venye wanang'ang'ana. Nimepea vijana ma advice, nimedonate a few stuff hapa na pale, na ninge urge other players to follow in the same steps. Giving back to the community and kusaidia the next superstar.
The Tiki Taka football camp saw the young boys and girls trained in several football drills and life lessons by Odhiambo and coach Elvis Ayani.
For this initiative, it's been a great initiative. We are thankful for Tiki Taka Africa and Beyond Hoops for the partnership that they've given to us to come and showcase young talents. And we're also grateful for the equipment that are brought for our young players.
They later received footballs, uniforms, boots, shin guards and football nets, among others.
We are also working with these young people to have a conversation on things about environment, climate change, mental health, because it is all engrossed together. And when we are able to have these camps, we're able to see different people from different communities and understand that all these things, if we intertwine them with sports, it becomes very easy to handle them.
The aim of the clinics is to inspire young Kenyan footballers to dream of playing football beyond Kenya. Meanwhile, hundreds of youths drawn from Kipkelion East in Kericho County were thrilled and brought together through sports. Various prizes amounting to 1 million shillings in cash were won, with Furaha FC emerging the winner after thrashing Finest FC 5-0 in the final of the tournament, which has been going on for the last 2 weeks.
I want to believe this is a spirit of community. Na Kenya tumefanya hapa, I believe that kama ingekuwa tuko hapa, wengine wangekuwa wanafanya maneno yao huko. And because of the spirit of the community, saa hii tuko hapa. We want to thank Mr. Triple C for organizing this wonderful tournament. It's a very big tournament. And of course, my boss has already seen the videos and everything that is going on. And we promise you that we are going to come back bigger and stronger next year.
And finally, Homeboys beat 11 Brothers 1-0 in the Joali Super Cup final in Rumuruti. The final marked 4 months of entertaining football sponsored by Joali Foundation and Rumuruti Township MCA John Mishuki Maina. The teams were battling for a share of 400,000 shillings prize money on offer.
Tuko hapa kwa sababu ya kushikanisha community pamoja, kuja kushikanisha wananchi kwa sababu ya peace na bado mambo ya drugs, kuleta vijana pamoja ndio at least padili wengine wasiende kwa madawa za kulevya.
Kapkures lost 3-0 to Kahuho in the third place playoff.
Now to some results here, where KCB and former champions Tusker FC finished top of the FKF Premier League table on 27 points respectively, as the 2024-2025 league takes a break for the Christmas holiday. And of course, that story we'll be sharing with you in just a moment. But of course, let's head over to Europe now, where it was no surprise here where Liverpool extended their lead with a 4-point gap from Chelsea after they beat Tottenham Hotspur 6-3 in a 9-goal thriller match at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the English Premier League. Chelsea were held to a barren draw by Everton, and of course, as Manchester United lost to Bournemouth by 3 clear goals to the disappointment of their fans who booed them off. They are 13th on the log as Bournemouth climbed to 5th.
Into the box, Howson flicks on, and Howson flicks in! Big Dino with a header again for Bournemouth! Christie lifts the ball into the box, Howson flicks on, and Howson flicks in! Big Dino with a header again for Bournemouth!
I mean, were they expecting any other results? It's Manchester United. Anybody can beat Man U at this stage. Now, Real Madrid closed the gap between them and La Liga title contenders Atletico Madrid to just 1 point after a 4-2 win over Seville last night at the Santiago Bernabeu. In that game, Kylian Mbappe scored his 10th La Liga goal of the season, while Real now in position 2 with 40 points. 1 point behind Atletico Madrid. In Serie A, Juventus ended their losing streak by beating Monza 2-1, while Paulo Dybala helped Roma to a 5-0 thrashing of Parma. Now, all the major leagues across Europe are taking a break before Christmas, and of course, the EPL Match Week 18th will be back this Thursday on the 26th of December 2024. That concludes our bulletin this afternoon. Do join us in our subsequent bulletins at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. My name is Abdiaziz Hashim. The sign language interpreter at the bottom end of the screen is Lensa Odingo. Enjoy the festivities.
Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, forest fires. When natural disasters put human lives at stake, every second counts. Artificial intelligence, drones and robots can buy valuable time in rescue operations. How technology can help mitigate natural disasters, that's our topic on Shift. Natural disasters cause enormous damage worldwide and claim countless lives. But protecting ourselves from them can be tricky. Even today, it's difficult to accurately predict volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. Fortunately for us, some animal species have finely tuned sensors and will even exhibit certain behaviors before catastrophes. We visited the scientists investigating how animals can be used as early warning systems.
We believe the Internet of Animals has the potential to become an early warning system in the future.
Many animals have better senses than humans. Some species can smell better, others can hear better, and some can even sense danger before it shows its face. It's been documented that before natural disasters, herd animals become agitated or change their behavior.
In Banda Aceh, for example, and many other parts of the world, it's said that animals ran away from big tsunamis or essentially warned of earthquakes. It's hard to confirm, but we're seeing more and more evidence that something like that's at play.
In some cases, animals started behaving